and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. Boko Haram plans attack on Abuja-Kaduna train, says DSS. I need 70 million naira in hard copy for election expenses, House of Reps member Ado Doguwa says. Chaos in Mile 12, Ojota, Agege and other parts of Lagos as residents riot over cash unavailability. And Florida woman fought off an attacker at her apartment complex gym who was captured on surveillance camera. Now, top of what's trending today, we have the Department of State Service, DSS, who has uncovered a plan by Boko Haram terrorists to attack the Abuja-Kaduna train service in the coming days. The Ministry of Transportation, in a letter to the Ministry of Defense obtained by Daily Trust on Thursday, said it had on Friday first received a letter from the DSS on the threat of, by Boko Haram terrorists to attack the Abuja-Kaduna train services. The Transportation Ministry called on the Minister of Defense as a matter of urgency to convene a meeting of all relevant stakeholders to review the reported terror alert with a view of forestalling the planned attacks. Now, recall that Islamic terrorists attacked the Abuja-Kaduna train on March 28, 2022, killing 8 passengers and wounding many. They also kidnapped 168 passengers who were later released in barges. A netizen commented, "Yet nothing will happen to them. After all the distractions, government will end up giving them second chance, all in the name of repented bandits or Boko Haram." Another said more money went into Naira redesigning, but less is being done on the nation's security and safety of the citizens. And a lady said, "I hail the people that still enter the train." Next on what's trending, we have lawmaker Ado Doguwa, who says he needs 70 million naira cash to conduct his campaign. Take a look at what he had to say.
A member of the House of Representatives is expected by law to have not more than 70 million naira to conduct his elections and whatever, logistics and other things. 70 million naira cash by law. Yes. A presidential candidate, for instance, needs to have how much? About 5 billion or 1 billion? 1 billion for presidential candidates. At least the law has provided for us the amount of money we need to oversee our election process. You need to pay your agents in the villages where you don't have ATM machines, in the villages where you don't have POS, in the villages where absolutely you don't have this new naira. So this is money that I require, that the law has permitted me.
A lady commented, 70 million to do what on the election? Share to people and use it to cook pounded yam and egusi soup and polling each unit to share to voters. A guy wrote, the same law you all don't regard in different circumstances. Someone said, at least we all are suffering in this together. And another added, Oga, go and test your popularity in your constituency without vote buying. You don't need such amount to win an election. If you are popular and you want to be sincere, APC brought change and you people don't want the change, your method of doing on an election. So cry more. Next on what's trending, we have chaos in Mile 12, Ojota, Agege and other parts of Lagos as residents riot over cash unavailability. Police say they have restored order in Mile 12. Take a look at the scene.
I'm coming from Ikorodu now, so I have to turn back. Everybody is turning back to Ikorodu. There is shooting, heavy shooting. You can see cars going back to Ikorodu inside BLT, facing the cars coming out of Ikorodu. You can see everybody running, serious running. It's not an easy task this morning. Avoid my 12. If you are inside Ikorodu, don't even bother to come out. Just safety first in everything you do. It's only God that just saved me this morning that I have to turn back from that my 12 axis. It was in my presence, but I couldn't pick up my phone to do video. But I think I'm getting myself now. You can see.
Go forward, you Jared.
Àwọn èèyàn ṣì ń sá o. Èèyàn kò ti ṣubú lẹ́yìn.
Ṣé mi sọ fún pápá ẹ̀? Ṣé mi sọ fún yín?
Àwọn mi ti dé, wọ́n ti dé.
A netizen said it has begun as expected. Whether Buhari meant well or not, it was bound to happen. Rather, the lower denominations aren't available, the new ones aren't available. Everyone has stopped collecting the old notes. Tell me, where does that leave the common man? Another said, channel this energy to government house. We are only hurting ourselves with this. And another added, but all this chaos and vandalism will not solve the problem. Like, makes sense, to this issue. Next on What's Trending, we have crisis in Ogun State also as residents protest scarcity of Naira notes. Take a look. A netizen said the availability of 200 is not enough. The people they think they are doing this against can easily get the money regardless. Another said, when I am hungry, I don't always have strength. I just stay quiet. How come all these ones have strength to protest? And someone else asked, so how will this solve their problem? Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, we will bring you more happenings on the new Naira notes policy. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Kaduna residents stormed CBN office in the state, and also crowd gathered at CBN office in Marina, Lagos, as Nigerians struggle to deposit their old 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira notes. Take a look.
So I'm coming from Zaria. I saw someone that came from Zaria yesterday. This is my third day. This is my third day here. This is my third day here. And there's no progress to it at all. No progress to it. Then you now say you just vote somebody based on tribe. You vote somebody based on religion. You will not vote incompetent.
A netizen said there is always a reason to subject Nigerians to extreme and unimaginable hardship. A guy commented, this was announced more than 3 months ago. Why now at this last minute? Another said, you can't just wake up and implement a certain law without making adequate provisions. Next on What's Trending, we have actress Tonto Dike's bestie who slams her ex-husband Churchill for celebrating their son on his 7th birthday. Churchill used his social media page to celebrate the birthday of his son, who is now 7 years old. He wished him well and prayed for him, but his ex-wife bestie lambasted him, calling him an attention seeker. She wrote in her own words, Churchill, why won't you stay with that one that, gave you a baby? Must you put mouth here? Attention seeker. She added, nobody should come for me. I did not wake up well. It's only birthday. You will remember that you have a son. Please let the boy be. School fees now, you will hide your face. She asserts that since he divorced his wife, Churchill has not been accountable for the well-being of his kids. A netizen commented, how I dislike people who behave like this. Just because the parents have issues doesn't mean he's not allowed to be a father to his child. Another said, but how do these men spend so much on their dating days and can't pay school fees? Same thing with Steve and Sandra. You spend 40 million in wedding but can't pay school fees. How? And another wrote, don't inherit your friend's enemy. You only know what your friend tells you. Next on What's Trending is a viral video of a Florida woman who fought off an attacker at her apartment complex gym last month. You know, it was captured on surveillance video. Now, this incident happened on January 22 to Nashali Alma, 24, who was exercising at the Inwood apartment complex gym when Javier Thomas Jones, 25, attacked her. Take a look at the incident.
Top of the screen here, you'll see the guy standing at the door knocking to be let in. Now then you'll see on another camera angle, Nashali walked toward the door. She says she had seen this guy in the gym before, never had a problem with him. So she lets him in, and he comes on in, and they are the only two people in the gym at this time. A couple minutes pass, you'll see her at the bottom of the screen lifting weights. He's just standing there looking at something. This goes on for about 2 minutes, and then without a word, she says, he just walks up to her and starts trying to grab her. She pushes him away, yells at him, tries to run away from him. She's got her phone in her hand. She's trying to dial 911, but she says he's trying to grab her phone, trying to stop her. He keeps coming at her as she keeps that bench between them. Then she runs to the other side of the gym, but he wouldn't stop. And then the attack became really violent, him grabbing her around the waist. But he messed with the wrong person here. She is pummeling him with her fist. Then she has her phone in her hand, is pummeling him with that too. He took her to the ground, and he did get on top of her for a few seconds, but Nashali, she just kept fighting, kept hitting, kept squirming until she was able to get back to her feet with him hanging on, and they go out of view of the camera for about 17 seconds, and when they come back into view, he's pretty much done. He is toast. He gives up, and she runs to the door, runs to freedom.
I said, if I keep going, if I keep pushing, I keep fighting, he's going to stop. He's going to let go, and he finally did.
Don't.
A netizen wrote, "Yes, sir, you're going to jail." A lady said, "I'm glad she's okay." Another lady said, "That is why as women you have to stay safe and watch your surroundings at all time. Had been a woman and moving alone in the world, this makes you scared to go out by yourself." And a guy added, "Every school needs to teach jiu-jitsu." And lastly, onto a funny video of a dog who doesn't take rejection well. Take a look. Now that is one sassy dog. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye.